It's my life.
Hi, everybody. It's Amanda, and I'm back again. I just wanted to say hello to my 33 subscribers out there. Hi, every single one of you. I see you. Um, there's no way for me to check to see who is subscribed. So if you are, leave a comment. I'm really curious what 33 people actually care. Anyways, we're going to do a commentary video today. It's just something that has been kind of bothering me lately. As you saw by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about Jonathan Taylor Thomas, also known as JTT to those people that were born in the 90s or were around in the 90s, those who remember the 90s. So we're going to talk about Jonathan today. So I hope you guys will stay with us and join us. Leave a comment. Let me know you're out there because I'm really curious who's watching these videos. Okay, we're going to start with just a little bit of background on Jonathan, or John Boy as I call him. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was born on September 8th, 1981. He was born in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And he started acting, well, the first role that I could find was back in 1991. So that would have made Jonathan around 10 years old for his first acting gig. And I believe this gig actually was a reboot of The Brady Bunch, where he played Greg's son in some, I guess it was a TV show, maybe it was just like a special that was put on television. But that was his acting debut in 1991, and he was 10 years old. He continued acting until 2015 was his last film credit, and that was in the show The Last Man Standing, where he was opposite Tim Allen. Now, the roles that you may remember him most by were obviously what I remember him most by was playing Randy in the TV show Home Improvement, and then also he was the voice of the young Simba in The Lion King. Those were the two real big roles that I remember him playing from back in the early 90s. Okay, so apparently the Brady's spinoff actually was on TV in 1990, so that would have made him 9 years old at his acting debut. So, correction. Other than Home Improvement, he was actually on quite a few different television shows. He was on Ally McBeal. He was on 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. He appeared on Veronica Mars. He also was the voice in an animated film, Pinocchio, amongst many other film credits, television as well as movies. So in 1994, he actually won an award for Young Artist Award for a youth ensemble, and that was for the show Home Improvement. He also won a Young Artist Award for the vocalization in the Pinocchio movie, as well as a couple of Kids' Choice Awards. Back when those were a thing. I'm not sure if those are still a thing, if they still do Kids' Choice Awards, but he did win too. So from a very young age, we can see that Jonathan was very successful. He'd won awards. He was a worldwide face, a well-known face. I mean, everyone knew who Jonathan Taylor Thomas was. I actually remember in high school, and this had to be probably in 1996, maybe 1997, a friend of mine named Teresa had gone on vacation, and she went to the Mall of America. And don't ask me why or how I remember this, but she told me that she went to the Mall of America, and for some reason Jonathan Taylor Thomas was there, and she was like one of the girls behind the barricade, and he actually like shook her hand. And I remember her coming to school and being like, "Can I shake your hand?" Oh my gosh, we were such dorks. But yeah, I remember that happened. So as far as his personal life, he actually went to Chamidia. I'm going to butcher that. I did butcher that. He went to Chamidia College Prep, which was located in West Hills, California. After he graduated there, he actually went to Harvard. Okay, he went to freaking Harvard. Okay, he studied philosophy, he studied history. His third year, he went and studied abroad. He went to St. Andrews, which is located in Scotland. Okay, and then after that, in 2010, he graduated. He actually graduated from Columbia University, guys. This boy, he ain't dumb. Another kind of interesting tidbit that I read about Jonathan was that he's actually a vegan. He has been vegan for the majority of his life, which I found really kind of cool. It's interesting. Okay, so we have Jonathan Taylor Thomas here, a young star, beloved. He exited the acting uh, realm or the acting jobs around 2015. And as of recently, within the last couple of weeks, I'm sure you all have seen this picture circulating of Jonathan. It's a picture of him out walking around, taking his dog on a walk. And he has caught so much flack for this picture of him walking his dog. Let that sink in here. And this brings up a really important issue for me personally, is that why is Jonathan Taylor Thomas not allowed to age? Why must he not be 40 years old? Why? And then it kind of dawned on me, why are certain people allowed to age where other people are almost like shunned because they have aged? I'll give you some examples. So some of the guys or the men, and because I'm specifically focusing on men here because obviously Jonathan is a man, but some of the men in particular that have not only been allowed to age, but it's been celebrated. One, Sean Connery. Two, Tom Selleck with that mustache. Come on. Sam Elliott. Another one is a kind of more recent one or more current would be David Harbour from Stranger Things, and he's in the new Black Widow movie. I'd like to insert a picture of an article I saw written about David Harbour, and the title of the article, I believe, was why David Harbour couldn't wait to turn 40. Like he was excited and happy to turn 40, which is interesting. So I actually have my iced tea with my Care Bear glass, circa 1983, guys. And we're about to spill the tea on this. Now, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, and all I have to offer is my opinion on this. But my opinion is that Jonathan Taylor Thomas, he hit it big when he was like 10 years old. I mean, he was starring on Home Improvement for, 8 years, and those were very pivotal years. I mean, you got to think he probably went through his awkward period, on camera, which is terrible. And we all know that these child actors, a lot of times they don't have it very easily. It's not the type of life that we would want for our own children. And I will admit that. Like I would never want my kids to live that kind of a life. I want them to have a childhood. So I understand. But he's sore. I mean, he was popular. He was a good looking kid. He was tan. He was beloved. I didn't want to wash my hand because I secondhand touched him, So as sick as it is, we as a society, we like to see people fall. We like to see them fall from their glory. And maybe this is like some kind of sick, weird way. We see these pictures and we're like, oh my gosh, he's not tan anymore. And so we want to disgrace him. But that's just so messed up. I don't agree with that. I'm happy to see him out. I'm sure he's doing fine. He's in New York. He's got a dog. I'm very happy for him. I hope that, I don't know. I hope that he doesn't turn on the TV. I hope that he doesn't see that. I hope he turns on YouTube and he sees this, because I want him to know that I support him. We all still support him. We all still love him. Oh, the world is a disgusting place. And so my conclusion here is, what is it that allows some people to age, men, and does not allow others to age? We disgrace some while we cheer on others. And I've solved it. I've figured it out. Do you want to know what it is? Facial hair. And I'm serious about this. If you think about Sean Connery, if you think about Tom Selleck, I mean, the stash, that is like iconic, right? Sam Elliott has a mustache as well. Jonathan, please do not just grow a mustache because that is disgusting, but do like a beard. You know, that'd be fine. And honestly, a beard would probably make you even more unrecognizable. I'm sure you probably hate people following you around. That's got to be a horrible life, as we've all learned from watching this whole Britney debacle. Like, what kind of a life is that? Thank you guys very much for watching this video. This was just something that I really wanted to talk about because it bothers me so much when these stars resurface after 20 years because they left the business because they didn't want to be in the business anymore. And then they resurface and then it's like, oh my gosh, she got so fat or they got so old. And I just think that that's wrong. I mean, we're all human beings and we're all, you know, we had a start point and we're working towards our end point. We all have an expiration date, and I just don't think it's fair or it's nice to talk so horribly about somebody. I mean, he is a person. He is a human being, and he walked away. He walked away from this career over 5 years ago. My man JTT, he's getting ready to turn 40 years old. Okay, I turned 40 years old earlier this year, so it's weird that we're actually, me and Jonathan Taylor Thomas are the same age. We would have gone to high school together, although I definitely didn't go to West Hills, California school, but I like to think that I did in my daydreams. But anyways, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching this. Give me a comment, click a like, or subscribe if you like this content. Leave some comments on what you think, because I'm curious. Who are you? Who are you? All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive.
And one last little side note. The whole thing about growing a goatee was completely a joke. I don't care what you do, Jonathan. Grow a goatee, don't grow a goatee. Just continue walking your dog. That's good. That's good for you. It's good for the dog. I love you. I support you always.